wasn't a particularly good week for Arsenal. I feel so deflated, but
being an accomplished right back or left back, you need to be visionary, you need to be tactically astute to what the coach requires of you.
What kind of midfielder are you who can't even play on the half turn or even play progressive passes?
And remember also, Cole Palmer doesn't turn up in big games, just to say.
How are Arsenal going to stop Cole Palmer?
Arteta is playing Russian roulette with our title chances, and if he doesn't win anything this year, I want him gone. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition. My name is Martin Odegaard.
My name is Be a Lion.
You're being joined by Evans Osuru, the Chelsea ambassador.
I feel so deflated, but
I told you though. I told you. It was a tough match.
It was a tough match, but I feel like Arteta, you know, if Arteta was in Machakos, I think he'd have been roughed up proper by fans, because what kind of tactics are those? But how do you play Merino and Declan Rice in one team, right, in one midfield, and expect you're going to do anything against Newcastle United?
And I guess that's why you are outsmarted by Guimares, Longstaff as well. Because if you see the ratings of all midfielders in Newcastle, all of them were above average. But for you guys, you are around 6.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We were average, and you know that's because we couldn't progress the ball from midfield. Playing Thomas Partey at right back essentially means you're taking any ounce of progression, because Merino and Rice are basically the same player. Both of them are defensive workhorses. In fact, Rice is the most overrated player I've ever seen in my life.
Ideally, there was no creativity at all.
Rice is a 105 million fraud. I mean, that's not a player. That is just another David Moyes workhorse.
It's not a fraud.
But because he can articulate himself properly, he's seen as the greatest thing since sliced bread. What kind of midfielder are you who can't even play on the half turn or
I thought
even
you said
play
that
progressive
he is the
passes?
next Patrice Vieira in
No. He's very. Me, in fact, I was never for Declan Rice signing.
Hey,
Declan Rice is just English hype. It's just like you see the way they hyped up Jack Grealish before he went to Manchester City, and look at what he does nowadays.
But I think it is down to Arteta, because you look at where currently where currently Declan Rice plays. It's more an advanced role as opposed to the defensive midfield role that he's used to.
But you see, in any way, that's the best role for him, because we signed him as a number 6. You know, as a number 6 nowadays in football, you need to be like Sergio Busquets. You need to be someone who, as much as yes, you are decent at doing off the ball work, you also need to be someone who can dictate the play. You need to be someone who can spray progressive passes. The way Rodri, the Ballon d'Or, controls the tempo of the team, the way Rodri does at Man City. And you can see right now Man City are struggling without him.
Very true.
Declan Rice, in any way, the only way to get the best out of him in our system is to play him box to box, because that's the only way to maximize him.
Do you think Declan Rice is the biggest problem in Arteta's current squad?
No, I don't think Declan Rice is the biggest problem. I'm just saying he's kind of overrated. I did not say he's a bad player. I said he's overrated. People think he's more of a Rodri. He's not. He's just a tireless workhorse.
But do you think
that is a box to box?
Do you think Arteta can ill afford to drop him to the bench?
No, because of his price tag, he can't sit on the bench. But me, in my opinion, if he wants to salvage our season, because I think he's playing Russian roulette with our title chances. I mean, we are 7 points already behind Liverpool already. You've already lost to Bournemouth, who plays 3 defensive midfielders against Bournemouth and expects he's going to get results. I mean, come on, Bana.
Okay, what is the solution? What is the solution? Okay. What do you want in the midfield?
What I want is, don't play Merino and Declan Rice. Merino, another player I have big problems with. Don't play him and Declan Rice in the same midfield at the same time.
But Odegaard is not in the
What's
team
the problem with playing Ethan Nwaneri?
To me,
what does Ethan Nwaneri have to start a game?
It boils down to experience.
But he's already scored 3 goals.
It boils down to
in
experience. In as much as he's barely 20 years, he needs that
17.
play. He's 17 years actually. He needs to acquire some playing time. But remember, you cannot be given playing time at a moment when Arsenal's form has gone down.
Yeah.
No. But if you watch them play against Preston some 4 days earlier, I know it's Preston, it's championship Carabao Cup.
Yes.
He was still, I mean, of the 2 chances he's gotten, he's already scored 3 goals. He played against Bolton, scored a brace, and then played against Preston, scored 1 goal. There's no way you can tell me that is not enough to knock into
That
the
is
door
Carabao,
for first
bro.
team.
That
and
is
then
Carabao.
again, and
That
then
is
again,
Carabao.
and then again, why let Emil Smith Rowe and Fabio Vieira leave, right? If you knew that there's no way you can tell me you let Emil Smith Rowe and Patrick Vieira leave if you aren't going to create a pathway for Nwaneri, who did well in pre-season, by the way.
To me, the biggest mistake Arteta made was letting both Vieira and
Emil
Smith Rowe leave Arsenal without getting an adequate replacement, because the moment Martin Odegaard got injured, there was basically no number 10.
No number 10,
in that
no
squad.
creativity.
Yes.
Exactly.
Then the equation of having Declan Rice and Merino play together hasn't worked for Arsenal, as
It's
far as
not
I'm
working.
concerned.
Because for me, if you ask me, Thomas Partey, alongside Jorginho, who right now at his age isn't good enough to be starting games for us. Partey is the only player we have that is progressive on the ball, who can make from deep, the way Rodri does, you get, and can control the tempo. So, but admittedly, his off the ball work is diminished because of the injuries and because of his age.
Yeah.
So moving forward in terms of solution, I think what he needs to do, always play Partey in midfield, but play one of Declan Rice or Merino, so that there can be a balance. And then now that Odegaard is back, play him in that advanced role, because that is the only thing that is the only way Arsenal will salvage their season. Because otherwise, if you keep playing Merino and Declan Rice in the same lineup, Arteta is playing Russian roulette with our title chances. And if he doesn't win anything this year, I want him gone.
And who's back in the right back position?
White is back. Benjamin White is back. Julian Timber is first a right back before he's a left back.
Yeah.
So there we are sorted. At left back, you can play Julian Timber there now that he's fit. Or people are saying
I think
Zinchenko is on his way out. Why not play Zinchenko? And personally, I really rate this Miles Lewis Kelly that is coming through. He's more of a midfielder. He's actually a midfielder because he reminds me a lot of Frankie de Jong in terms of another midfield general. But he's being played at left and he has impressed in all the games he's played. So why not give him a chance?
For me, I think playing Julian Timber on the left of that defense is somehow costing Arsenal, because one, he cannot make a run towards the box. The moment he's been played in that position, I've never seen him make a run. I've never seen him deliver cross.
But remember
being
the game
being an accomplished right back or left back, you need to be visionary. You need to be tactically astute to what the coach requires of you. I've not seen that in him.
But remember, during the game between Arsenal and Liverpool, before he was taken out, Mohamed Salah did not have any chances created
because he can't
against
cut
Liverpool
inside.
because he cannot cut inside.
Exactly.
That's why Timber is very good. But going forward, he's kind of off, but defensively he's really good. And I feel he's out of position because mostly he's a right back.
So for you, the reason why he's playing there is because of the man marking aspect.
Not man marking, because of injuries. Calafiori is not there.
Zinchenko is there, but Zinchenko defensively is a liability. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying Arteta still has enough tools, even with the likes of Calafiori injured. Arteta still has enough tools in his squad to find a solution.
This weekend you're going to face each other on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. What do you think?
Tough one for that matter.
First of all, I feel like Chelsea, like I said, are the most entertaining team because they have so much attacking qualities. It is unreal. But Arsenal are playing this sort of like defensive, safety-first football that makes it difficult for opponents to create chances. But for the first time in a really long time, I don't feel so optimistic about our chances if we keep playing the way we are playing. If we keep playing the way we are playing, where we put men behind the ball, because Chelsea have the quality to destroy us. Chelsea can literally take out Nicholas Jackson, right, who I like, and bring on Joao Felix, right? They can take off Neto and bring in Sancho. You get, but Sancho is injured, right?
I think he's back in training.
In other words, you have a lot of options for deep block setups, especially Chris Nkunku and Sancho. So, with that being said, I feel it's going to be won by the tightest of margins.
But I think that match will be won in midfield, and particularly with one aspect. how are Arsenal going to stop Cole Palmer? If at all you are going to deploy the tactic United used against Chelsea of man-marking Cole Palmer, that will work in your favor. But if at all you want to go toe-to-toe with Chelsea,
Yeah,
you're going to
that's where spaces will be created, and you
yes.
guys will.
I don't
That's what I'm
think-
saying. The way Arteta is setting up the team where it's putting men behind the ball and it's limiting spaces, that's why I'm saying it might be won by the tightest of margins.
I don't think the midfield will be decided by Cole Palmer. I think it will be decided by the double pivot of maybe
No, you see-
Caicedo, because Caicedo really had a good game against Manchester United. He was actually the man of the match. So I feel in the midfield, if he's going to battle both Merino and maybe Declan Rice during the weekend, I feel it's going to be a really tough contest in the midfield.
And I do
not
have
even,
a feeling.
not even
And I
considering
do have a
Palmer.
feeling because it's a big team. He's going to start. He's going to start. If Declan Rice is still not fit enough, he's likely going to keep to his guns and play Merino and Rice because it's a big game against to stifle that defense.
Don't be surprised when you see Jorginho starting that match against.
No, Jorginho can't start. I can guarantee you. Unless Merino gets injured, Jorginho can't start.
Because you need a midfield control, and
Yeah, that's what
You need
Jorginho,
someone like
Jorginho offers you that balance in midfield.
Yeah, I'm actually a fan of Jorginho because Jorginho can control the game, but I feel like Jorginho is the type of player that will be subbed on if we are defending like a 1-0 lead and you want someone to just keep things sticking and keep the possession. I think that's what's going to happen. But my prediction for that game, I actually think, I don't know who will win, but it's going to be 1-0 either side.
1-0 either
Either
side.
side.
For me, I'm looking at a scenario whereby both teams will come with a strategy that we are not going to attack as usual. Let's just go and at least get a result. I'm going for a 1-0 draw.
1-0 draw.
1-0 draw.
Yes.
I feel Chelsea are going to win the match. Either 2-1, probably 2-1.
2-1.
Because currently they're really on form, but I guess at Old Trafford they really struggled.
But
a little
remember,
bit.
this is a Chelsea side that
Uh-huh.
that has not beaten any big side this season.
Uh-huh.
That's
So,
why
okay.
it's very hard for.
And remember also Cole Palmer doesn't turn up in big games, just to say. Game 2-1.
Wait, he
Cole
got
Palmer.
4 goals against you last year, but anyway, they
We are
just
saying,
call themselves now big team.
we are saying this season. We are saying this season. He didn't turn up against was it City? He didn't turn up against any big five.
But he's still a good player. But
Manchester-
anyway, guys,
Manchester United,
is the
Leicester.
player to watch.
Manchester United, Leicester. I think Manchester City, Manchester will win easily. I think that's probably going to be a landslide, probably 3-1.
Uh-huh.
I don't see it as a landslide. Remember, the two sides met just recently. United won 5-2 in the Carabao Cup, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
But remember, this will be a different ball game altogether, considering the fact that United will be playing under their last match under the interim manager before Amorim
comes in.
officially takes over
Yeah.
after the international break. So it is going to be a game of tight margins. Either United to win 1-0 or 2-1. Because definitely
3-1, Bwana.
with their
3-1,
defensive
3-1.
with their
3-1.
defensive complications and problems,
Yeah.
at least Leicester will score goal.
Brighton, Man City.
Well, that one is still tight because if you look at the injuries currently Pep Guardiola is dealing with, it's going to be closely. It can go either ways because maybe Pep will have a different thing going through his mind after the 4-1 defeat against Sporting. He needs to craft to get his act together on how to deal with Brighton, a team that attacks at will and at whim. Yes,
Bro?
I think Brighton win this one. I think Brighton win this one. Anyway, what do you think about the results? Do you agree with what we said? Let us know in the comment section below. Until we meet next time, keep it
Pulse
Pulse
Sports.
Sports.